Hello dear friends. In my previous to the last video, I had spoken to you about inner freedom when we experience that God loves us. And in my last video, I had spoken that one of the consequences of knowing that God loves us, besides the inner freedom, there is an deep inner joy. And then I had mentioned about the words of Jesus that you are now sorrowful, but your sorrow will turn into joy, and nobody can take that joy away from you. And I had told you that next week I will talk to you about sorrow in the midst of inner joy. So, first of all, are these two terms not contradictory? Sorrow and inner joy? Do they go together, sorrow and inner joy? Are these two terms not incompatible? But before we go further, let us first of all accept that suffering and sorrow are part of human life. And as long as we live on earth, we will always have sufferings. And actually, it is this search of the cause of suffering and sorrow that made Siddhartha Gautam into Gautam the Buddha. He actually went out in search of the reason for human suffering and sorrow. So let us first of all accept that in life there is always sorrow and suffering. That is part of human life. And that is where the words of Jesus make meaning. Your sorrow will turn into joy when you experience His friendship, His companionship, His togetherness with you, or in other words, when you experience God's love, God's friendship, and God being with you, your sorrow will turn into joy. But then you might ask me, how come? Is that a magic that suddenly when you experience God's love, your sorrow will turn into joy? Then I have just a very small example to give. Have you seen and heard a baby crying bitterly? But then suddenly, when the baby experiences the touch of a mother and smells her body, suddenly the child calms down and even starts smiling or laughing. Why? Because she knows, or the child knows, that he or she is loved by her mother and is secure in the mother's arms. And that's what God's love does. As mother's love calms you, so does God's love turn your sorrow into joy. I wish that all of you experience that inner joy. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, it's time now. You can do it now. Thank you.